Hi guys, my name is ASSYL and welcome back to my channel. First of all things, you guys, thank you so much. I can't believe this, but now I have 100 subscribers. It is crazy because I remember in September I made a video called 10 subscribers or something like that, and I was so freaking happy. And now it's at 100 subscribers over like 6 months or something, and like I know it might seem small, it might seem like not significant, or it's just like people who like kind of clicked. It's not nothing that serious, okay? But to me it is serious. It is something like crazy, and 100, like I can't fit in my mind that 100 people pressed on that button. They saw my video, like one of the videos, and they decided to subscribe. It's crazy. Anyways, today we're going to talk about the city I am currently living in, which is Toronto. Like, there are so many ways to say it, but Toronto, this is the way I say it. And if the Toronto is the city worth living in? If you guys want a short answer, the short answer is yes. Okay? But just like many other things, it has a lot of nuances to it. So if you want to hear more, let's get started. First of all, let me be super clear. When I say Toronto, I mean Toronto. Okay? Toronto? This is Toronto. Some people who live in these areas think that it is Toronto when it's clearly not. So like I'm only going to talk with this part, okay? The actual Toronto. And because I'm a deep hater in my heart, I'm going to start with minuses. And the minus is something that I'm going to focus more, okay? It's just me, okay? The first and the biggest minus out there are the prices, y'all. Unless you're a foreign investor, unless you're a millionaire, and unless you're from US with big US cash, it's gonna be hard for you. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna be hard with a job, without a job. Some people work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and 4 jobs to even like feed themselves and pay rent. It is absolutely crazy in what state current like real estate, current like anything in Toronto is at. Just to give you an idea, I was prepared, okay? The average condo price in Toronto, I'm not even getting to houses, it's just condo, shoebox. Like, have you seen condos? They're this size small and you have to fit in there and like kind of like live there. But the average condo price in Toronto for 2021, April to be more accurate, is $691,791. Is it not crazy? And you have to pay property taxes and maintenance fees. And maintenance fees here are like basically same as rent for a room. Like, it's crazy. You can pay $700 a month for maintenance fees easily, even if you own a condo, and you're going to pay it for the rest of your life. And for the parking, of course, you will pay for the parking. It's going to cost you probably like $60K. So on top of that 700,000 maintenance fees, property taxes, you will pay for parking lot also. And that comes with the average salary in Ontario. Toronto is a city in Ontario. The average salary in Ontario is $55,524 before tax. And after tax, after Uncle Sam takes his pay cut, it's going to be $46,094. In what world a person getting $46,000 a year will be able to afford a $700,000 condo? That's what I'm saying. If you're an independent person, when I say independent, I mean like you don't rely on your parents, like you don't rely on anyone else, you work a full-time job, you pay for your own bills. It's pretty much unrealistic for you to guys own a real estate in Toronto. Unless you live with your parents, unless you have a sugar mommy, sugar daddy, you know, not judging. Unless you have those, it is pretty much unrealistic for you to own a real estate. And average house prices will be $1,387,629. Just think about it for a bit. You literally have to be a dollar millionaire to own a house in Toronto. It is that crazy. And I know there are people like, oh, if you earn less, then don't live there. If you like can't afford it, don't live there. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna own it. I'm just saying like this is the reality, because I know a lot of people just think of it as just a city, like city to live in. But if you're moving to a whole city, you have to think about in a long perspective. Like if you're moving to a city, it's gonna be for at least a few years, and you have to know prices. This is the cost of real estate, and the rent, as you can imagine, is just as expensive. You don't want to know the price that I pay for this apartment. You just don't. I've for 5 years I've lived in a room, in a basement room and stuff like that. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Every time I think about it, just my mind is keep feeling like blown. And one of the reasons for that is foreign investors, and this is the problem that no one wants to talk about. Minus number two. This subject is very sensitive, so I'm just gonna briefly go over it. It's homelessness in Toronto. Guys, it got to the point that every time I go to downtown, right, like the straight heart of Toronto, like let's say Union Station, Yorkville, or like somewhere around that, I am extremely sad, and I get crazy anxious because there are so many homeless people there just laying on ventilation by Starbucks or by Dior or by Louis Vuitton just to keep themselves warm, and they don't have a roof over their heads. It is absolutely crazy and extremely sad just to even see it. And this, I've been here for 5 years. Wait, it's 6 years now. I've been here for 6 years. Oh wow, I'm so old. And this issue, I can confidently say, has been increasing year by year by year by year. And right now there are over 10,000 people without a house in Toronto. 10,000 people who don't know where to spend their next night. It's absolutely crazy. I don't even know where to go from it. I'm not saying that it's a minus for me. Obviously, I can't just say oh, I feel so sad by going there, so you should also not go there. But I'm saying is, it's hard to you try to help, but your little help does nothing to them. What you're going to do about it? What is government's going to do about it? No one even knows. That's what I'm saying. If this is a sensitive subject for you, I would say Toronto is not the right place for you. Another huge disadvantage that I found is the public transportation in Toronto. The reason number one is just unavailable. It's just not accessible. Have you seen the subway? The subway in Toronto is literally down. That is literally this. If you live somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here, the subway is not accessible for you. I've heard, I've read an article saying that it was on purpose, something in history, blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter. I'm here at this moment, and the subway is inaccessible, just like the buses, especially during the winter. It's crazy, and you have to pay $150 something per year. I wish, per month. Okay, for the TTC monthly pass. And I work literally a bit north of Toronto, and the buses don't go there, so they're different. Their Toronto buses don't go there, so they have their own area buses that you will have to pay additional $150 per month just to get to the bus. I know it's crazy. I know it is crazy. I wish someone told me before, but here we are. So your monthly bill, if you literally work a bit north than here, will be $320 with taxes. I paid that price, and it hurts as hell. It literally hurts so freaking much. One thing about public transportation also is it's unsafe. I posted a video. I was attacked on subway, and that's literally no joke. I was attacked on subway by a crazy person, and that experience left with me till this day. It's scary, y'all, so be aware. And the last minus that I will mention in this video, there are other minuses, but this is one of the significant ones, because this is the video for someone who's, I guess, planning or thinking about moving to Toronto, not someone who's living in Toronto. It's about health insurance. I know everyone's saying, oh, health insurance in Canada is free, but is it though? How is it though? As an international student, as an international worker, I literally had no health insurance for the first 5 years of my life in Toronto. It is absolutely crazy, because considering the fact how much fees you pay and stuff like that, you would get free health insurance just like any other person would. No, they specifically discriminate against you. And even if you accept all of that and okay, let me be discriminated, but can I at least buy insurance? They will say no to you. You guys have no clue how many times I've applied to insurance, Sun Life, the other big names. All of them rejected me for one reason. I don't have provincial insurance, government insurance basically. And how am I supposed to have private insurance without having government insurance, but without being eligible for government insurance? Make it make sense. I tried to make it sense for myself, but I couldn't. It's pure bureaucracy, and I just hated it so much. That's basically that they're saying you should die. Like if you're having issues, you would die. Like they're straight looking into your eye and saying that. And I would say you guys just you have to deal with it. Like you have to find a way to get an insurance, because being uninsured is scary. Like being like thinking like, what if you'll faint? What if you'll have like some problems? What if you'll just break your leg? Like what are you going to freaking do? You will have to do something. So please, like, please deal with this issue, because I know it's hard to listen, it's hard to hear, but it is a huge issue. Try to be eligible for the OHIP, which is basically the insurance. And if you're not, find a way to get insurance. I was living without insurance for a very long time, and I was scared. And once I hit my head so strong in the warehouse that I was working in, and I thought I had a concussion, but I couldn't go to the clinic because I had no insurance. I was scared that it's going to cost me like hundreds and thousands of dollars, and I regret it so much, because like I don't know if there are some consequences to that, and I have no idea till this day. That was a strong list of negative stuff. So let's get to the positives. My number one plus living in Toronto is opportunities. You guys, there are so many opportunities here, left and right. You just have to look for one. You just have to know what you want. Even if you don't know what you want, you'll find something. When I say opportunities, I mean job opportunities. Some of the biggest companies are here. Almost all of the industries are here, maybe like except like petroleum and like mining, but like the rest of them are here: financial, IT, engineering, manufacturing, medical, science, like you name it. Like everything is here. Like you want to be a fashion designer, you can be a fashion designer here. And I feel like that's a huge plus. Like you can understand, like as a person who comes from a small city like me, it's crazy that I can study nanotechnology and actually work in nanotechnology field, even though if I'm not planning to. But even having that, like, you know, my like option, it's like absolutely amazing. Another big plus would be diversity. I know a lot of people say diversity without actually explaining like why they like it. It's like a check mark. Oh, one of the big pluses, diversity. But like, what does it actually mean? Like, I am from a minority, I guess. Like, and you don't feel lonely because there are so many like representatives from so many different countries, and you can learn so much from them. Let alone that, one of the biggest reasons why I love diverse places is food. Tonight I can decide to eat Japanese sushi made by actual Japanese people. Tomorrow I can decide to eat tacos made by actual Mexican people. The day after tomorrow I will decide to eat Ukrainian soup, and it will be made by actual Ukrainian people. That is why I like it, because I like authenticness. I love diversity. I love food. Like I love like food. Like give me food. If I want, let's say, Nigerian food, I will go to this place that is literally right across the street, and I will get my stuff from there. Okay, that is one of the biggest reasons why I love Toronto. Like, not a lot of places are like this. Trust me. There are maybe like few places in the world like this, and Toronto is literally one of those few. Another advantage that I find in Toronto, and I know it might sound exaggerated, but it's the skyline. I will never get tired of that skyline. As I mentioned, I've been living here for 6 years, and every time I see it, it's just mesmerizing. Once you go to Toronto Island and you look at the skyline, you're like, wow, like everything you did, like every effort you put in to be in Toronto pays off once you see that skyline in person. Like no photos, no videos can describe how beautiful is that skyline. And the gooses near that, and ducks flying. Mesmerizing. I have no words. And the next one's gonna be for my brokies. I feel you guys. I feel you. There are a lot of swing jobs here. What I mean that if you're looking for a job, it can take up to months. Like, let's be honest. Like, if you're looking for like a career, like full on, like let's say you want to be a software engineer, chemical engineer, a teacher, or something like that, like something that has actual career path, something that you have to kind of like apply and have multiple interviews and stuff like that. There are a lot of temporarily like places you can work in: Starbucks, Tim Hortons, construction, like you name it, and they're gonna be hired the next Monday. They will pay you enough to live. And you can also go to, and that's how I found my full-time job. I was working in a warehouse. I also made the video on that. I was working in a warehouse and I was looking for a job, and my manager was totally okay with it because it was a temporary position. And every time I'm going to tell her like, oh, I'm going to have an interview on Monday, she'll know that and she'll cut off those hours and let me go to the interview. It's actually very much so positive. And I know if I'm going to get fired, for example, next day, I can get a job at Starbucks, Tim Hortons, or construction. and I might like look for a job at the same time without actually being homeless and being able to pay rent. Oh, how did I even dare forgetting there's a Tim Hortons that you can find on every single corner. So there's that. Look at my fat face. It's thinking about Elon Musk and Dogecoin. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was chaotic, and once again, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I know there's gonna be one month who's gonna unsubscribe and make it 99, but I don't really care. Okay, I got my moment. I was happy. I ate the sushi that day. I felt good. I feel good. Anyways, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.